Hi achievers! How do Russian verbs actually work? It's true, verb conjugation can be tough, and if you've been struggling with it, keep watching. Today we'll learn how to conjugate the verb работать, to work, using 4 common phrases. We'll also explore a saying that will help you sound like a native speaker. First of all, let's start with the conjugation. Я работаю is I work, ты работаешь is you work, он работает is he works, она работает is she works, мы работаем is we work, вы работаете is you work. When we say we are talking about several people. Они работают is they work. In the comments, tell me something fun about your first job. A popular place to work is at the office. Let's combine работать with office, which is Russian for office. To work at the office sounds like работать в офисе. In this case, we'll need to use the prepositional case, so we need to change office to офисе. To work at the office sounds like работать в офисе. Let's fill in the blanks. Я работаю в офисе, ты работаешь в офисе, он работает в офисе, она also работает в офисе, мы работаем в офисе, вы работаете в офисе, они работают в офисе. Another common place to work is at the hospital. Let's combine работать with больница, which is Russian for hospital. To work at the hospital is работать в больнице. In prepositional case, больница changes to больнице. To work at the hospital sounds like работать в больнице. Do you know how to say I work at the hospital? Я работаю в больнице. What about you work at the hospital? Ты работаешь в больнице. How about he works at the hospital? Он работает в больнице. And she works at the hospital? Она работает в больнице. How about we work at the hospital? Мы работаем в больнице. You work at the hospital? Вы работаете в больнице. And they work at the hospital? Они работают в больнице. Now let's go one level deeper and take a look at a popular Russian idiom. Работать в поте лица. Работать в поте лица describes people who are so hardworking they could be breaking a sweat. In English we say by the sweat of one's brow. And translated literally from Russian, it means to work in the sweat of one's face. Let's work through all the components. Работать is the infinitive of to work. Пот is sweat. В поте literally means in the sweat. We combine пот with в and use the prepositional case. In prepositional case, пот has the ending е. В поте. Лицо is face. When we use it after в поте and use the genitive case лица, it means of the face and specifies the location of the sweat. In genitive case, лицо has the ending а. Лица. So when making these lessons for you achievers, я работаю в поте лица. Я работаю в поте лица. If you want to help other Russian learners find this video, please give it a like. Thank you, and back to work. Now let's combine работать with магазин, which is Russian for store. To work at the store sounds like работать в магазине. In prepositional case, we change магазин to магазине. To work at the store sounds like работать в магазине. Let's finish the sentences together. Я работаю в магазине, ты работаешь в магазине, он работает в магазине, она also работает в магазине, мы работаем в магазине, вы работаете в магазине, они работают в магазине. Another popular place of work is at school. Let's combine работать with школа, which is Russian for school. To work at the school sounds like работать в школе. In prepositional case, we change школа to школе. To work at the school sounds like работать в школе. Я работаю в школе, ты работаешь в школе, Он работает в школе. Она работает в школе. Мы работаем в школе. Вы работаете в школе. Они работают в школе. Well done, achievers! You're really starting to figure out verbs. If you really want to sound like a native speaker, don't just stop at verbs. I've got an amazing video about adjectives that will get you another giant step closer to the dream of yours. So click right up here and I'll see you there, achievers!